This is the family tree of Esau, who is also called Edom. Esau married women of Canaan, Adah, daughter of Elon the Hittite, Oholibamah, daughter of Anah and the granddaughter of Zibeon the Hivite, and Basemath, daughter of Ishmael and sister of Nebaioth. Adah gave Esau Eliphaz, Basemath had Reuel, Oholibamah had Jeush, Jalam, and Korah. These are the sons of Esau who were born to him in the land of Canaan. Esau gathered up his wives, sons, and daughters, and everybody in his household, along with all his livestock, all the animals and possessions he had gotten in Canaan, and moved a considerable distance away from his brother Jacob. The brothers had too many possessions to live together in the same place, the land couldn't support their combined herds of livestock. So Esau ended up settling in the hill country of Seir. Esau and Edom are the same. So this is the family tree of Esau, ancestor of the people of Edom, in the hill country of Seir. The names of Esau's sons: Eliphaz, son of Esau's wife Adah; Reuel, son of Esau's wife Basemath. The sons of Eliphaz: Teman, Omar, Zepho, Gatam, and Kenaz. Eliphaz also had a concubine Timna, who had Amalek. These are the grandsons of Esau's wife Adah. And these are the sons of Reuel: Nahat, Zerah, Shammah, and Me-Zahab, grandsons of Esau's wife Basemath. These are the sons of Esau's wife Oholibamah, daughter of Anah the son of Zibeon. She gave Esau his sons Jeush, Jalam, and Korah. These are the chieftains in Esau's family tree. From the sons of Eliphaz, Esau's firstborn, came the chieftains Teman, Omar, Zepho, Kenaz, Korah, Gatam, and Amalek, the chieftains of Eliphaz in the land of Edom, all of them sons of Adah. From the sons of Esau's son Reuel came the chieftains Nahat, Zerah, Shammah, and Me-Zahab. These are the chieftains of Reuel in the land of Edom, all these were sons of Esau's wife Basemath. These are the sons of Esau's wife Oholibamah, the chieftains Jeush, Jalam, and Korah, chieftains born of Esau's wife Oholibamah, daughter of Anah. These are the sons of Esau, that is, Edom, and these are their chieftains. This is the family tree of Seir the Horite, who were native to that land: Lotan, Shobal, Zibeon, Anah, Dishon, Ezer, and Dishan. These are the chieftains of the Horites, the sons of Seir in the land of Edom. The sons of Lotan were Hori and Homam. Lotan's sister was Timna. The sons of Shobal were Alvan, Manahath, Ebal, Shepho, and Onam. The sons of Zibeon were Aiah and Anah. This is the same Anah who found the hot springs in the wilderness while herding his father Zibeon's donkeys. The children of Anah were Dishon and his daughter Oholibamah. The sons of Dishon were Hemdan, Eshban, Ithran, and Karen. The sons of Ezer: Bilhan, Zavan, and Achan. The sons of Dishan: Uz and Aaron. And these were the Horite chieftains: Lotan, Shobal, Zibeon, Anah, Dishon, Ezer, and Dishan, the Horite chieftains clan by clan in the land of Seir. And these are the kings who ruled in Edom before there was a king in Israel. Bela son of Beer was the king of Edom, the name of his city was Dinhabah. When Bela died, Jobab son of Zerah from Bozrah became the next king. When Jobab died, he was followed by Hushan from the land of the Temanites. When Hushan died, he was followed by Hadad son of Bedad. He was the king who defeated the Midianites in Moab. The name of his city was Avith. When Hadad died, Samlah of Masrekah became the next king. When Samlah died, Shaul from Rehoboth-on-the-River became king. When Shaul died, he was followed by Baal-Hanan son of Akbor. When Baal-Hanan son of Akbor died, Hadad became king. The name of his city was Pau. His wife's name was Mehetabel daughter of Matred, daughter of Me-Zahab. And these are the chieftains from the line of Esau, clan by clan, region by region: Timna, Alva, Jetheth, Oholibamah, Ilah, Pinion, Kenaz, Teman, Mibzar, Magdiel, and Iram, the chieftains of Edom as they occupied their various regions. This accounts for the family tree of Esau, ancestor of all Edomites. Meanwhile Jacob had settled down where his father had lived, the land of Canaan. Joseph and his brothers. This is the story of Jacob. The story continues with Joseph, 17 years old at the time, helping out his brothers in herding the flocks. These were his half-brothers actually, the sons of his father's wives Bilhah and Zilpah. And Joseph brought his father bad reports on them. Israel loved Joseph more than any of his other sons because he was the child of his old age. And he made him an elaborately embroidered coat. When his brothers realized that their father loved him more than them, they grew to hate him. They wouldn't even speak to him. Joseph had a dream. When he told it to his brothers, they hated him even more. He said, "Listen to this dream I had. We were all out in the field gathering bundles of wheat. All of a sudden my bundle stood straight up and your bundle circled around it and bowed down to mine. His brothers said, so? You're going to rule us? You're going to boss us around? And they hated him more than ever because of his dreams and the way he talked. He had another dream and told this one also to his brothers. I dreamed another dream, the sun and moon and 11 stars bowed down to me. When he told it to his father and brothers, his father reprimanded him, what's with all this dreaming? Am I and your mother and your brothers all supposed to bow down to you? Now his brothers were really jealous, but his father brooded over the whole business. His brothers had gone off to Shechem where they were pasturing their father's flocks. Israel said to Joseph, your brothers are with flocks in Shechem. Come, I want to send you to them. Joseph said, I'm ready. He said, go and see how your brothers and the flocks are doing and bring me back a report. He sent him off from the valley of Hebron to Shechem. A man met him as he was wandering through the fields and asked him, what are you looking for? I'm trying to find my brothers. Do you have any idea where they are grazing their flocks? The man said, they've left here, but I overheard them say, let's go to Dothan. So Joseph took off, tracked his brothers down, and found them in Dothan. They spotted him off in the distance. By the time he got to them they had cooked up a plot to kill him. The brothers were saying, here comes that dreamer. Let's kill him and throw him into one of these old cisterns, we can say that a vicious animal ate him up. We'll see what his dreams amount to. Reuben heard the brothers talking and intervened to save him, we're not going to kill him. No murder. Go ahead and throw him in the cistern out here in the wild, but don't hurt him. Reuben planned to go back later and get him out and take him back to his father. When Joseph reached his brothers, they ripped off the fancy coat he was wearing, grabbed him, and threw him into a cistern. The cistern was dry, there wasn't any water in it. Then they sat down to eat their supper. Looking up, they saw a caravan of Ishmaelites on their way from Gilead, their camels loaded with spices, ointments, and perfumes to sell in Egypt. Judah said, brothers, what are we going to get out of killing our brother and concealing the evidence? Let's sell him to the Ishmaelites, but let's not kill him, he is, after all, our brother, our own flesh and blood. His brothers agreed. By that time the Midianite traders were passing by. His brothers pulled Joseph out of the cistern and sold him for 20 pieces of silver to the Ishmaelites who took Joseph with them down to Egypt. Later Reuben came back and went to the cistern, no Joseph. He ripped his clothes in despair. Beside himself, he went to his brothers. The boy's gone. What am I going to do? They took Joseph's coat, butchered a goat, and dipped the coat in the blood. They took the fancy coat back to their father and said, we found this. Look it over, do you think this is your son's coat? He recognized it at once. My son's coat, a wild animal has eaten him. Joseph torn limb from limb. Jacob tore his clothes in grief, dressed in rough burlap, and mourned his son a long, long time. His sons and daughters tried to comfort him but he refused their comfort. I'll go to the grave mourning my son. Oh, how his father wept for him. In Egypt the Midianites sold Joseph to Potiphar, one of Pharaoh's officials, manager of his household affairs. About that time, Judah separated from his brothers and went to stay with a man in Adullam named Hira. While there, Judah met the daughter of a Canaanite named Shua. He married her, they went to bed, she became pregnant and had a son named Er. She got pregnant again and had a son named Onan. She had still another son, she named this one Shelah. They were living at Chizib when she had him. Judah got a wife for Er, his firstborn. Her name was Tamar. But Judah's firstborn, Er, grievously offended God and God took his life. So Judah told Onan, go and sleep with your brother's widow, it's the duty of a brother-in-law to keep your brother's line alive. But Onan knew that the child wouldn't be his. So whenever he slept with his brother's widow he spilled his semen on the ground so he wouldn't produce a child for his brother. God was much offended by what he did and also took his life. So Judah stepped in and told his daughter-in-law Tamar, live as a widow at home with your father until my son Shelah grows up. He was worried that Shelah would also end up dead, just like his brothers. So Tamar went to live with her father. Time passed. Judah's wife, Shua's daughter, died. When the time of mourning was over, Judah with his friend Hira of Adullam went to Timna for the sheep shearing. Tamar was told, your father-in-law has gone to Timna to shear his sheep. She took off her widow's clothes, put on a veil to disguise herself, and sat at the entrance to a name which is on the road to Timna. She realized by now that even though Shelah was grown up, she wasn't going to be married to him. Judah saw her and assumed she was a prostitute since she had veiled her face. He left the road and went over to her. He said, "Let me sleep with you." He had no idea that she was his daughter-in-law. She said, "What will you pay me?" "I'll send you," he said, "a kid goat from the flock." She said, "Not unless you give me a pledge until you send it." "So what would you want in the way of a pledge?" She said, "Your personal seal and cord and the staff you carry." He handed them over to her and slept with her. And she got pregnant. She then left and went home. She removed her veil and put her widow's clothes back on. Judah sent the kid goat by his friend from Adullam to recover the pledge from the woman. But he couldn't find her. He asked the men of that place, "Where's the prostitute that used to sit by the road here near Enaim?" They said, "There's never been a prostitute here." He went back to Judah and said, "I couldn't find her." The men there said, "There never has been a prostitute there." Judah said, "Let her have it then. If we keep looking, everyone will be poking fun at us. I kept my part of the bargain, I sent the kid goat but you couldn't find her." 3 months or so later, Judah was told, "Your daughter-in-law has been playing the whore, and now she's a pregnant whore." Judah yelled, "Get her out here. Burn her up." As they brought her out, she sent a message to her father-in-law, "I'm pregnant by the man who owns these things. Identify them, please. Who's the owner of the seal and cord and the staff?" Judah saw they were his. He said, "She's in the right, I'm in the wrong, I wouldn't let her marry my son Shelah." He never slept with her again. When her time came to give birth, it turned out that there were twins in her womb. As she was giving birth, one put his hand out, the midwife tied a red thread on his hand, saying, "This one came first." But then he pulled it back and his brother came out. She said, "Oh, a breakout." So she named him Perez, breakout. Then his brother came out with the red thread on his hand. They named him Zerah, bright.